Please do not try to recreate what you see in the video. These are serious conditions with a serious risk to life. I seek adventure and risk. I also know my limits and that of my equipment. Do not try to push your equipment unless you are confident in its ability. Failure of my tent would have been a genuine risk to life without rescue anytime soon. Hope you enjoy watching. Good afternoon, welcome back to the Peak District. Something a bit special tonight, all being well, is we've got Storm Arwen brewing, and it's due to hit the UK tonight and over the weekend. So they have forecast 50 mile an hour winds, or 50 mile an hour plus tonight. Disruption to snow and severe freezing temperatures. So me and Andy have headed out. But we've not only headed out just for a camp, we've headed out to put two of probably the most expensive tents to the test. I've got the Red Label Soulo, which everybody knows is an absolute fortress, and I've pitched that alongside Andy's Black Label Soulo. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. I don't believe there's any tests being done in real conditions as yet, because the Black Label Soulo's only just come out early this year and we're only just getting into its first winter. So I'm kind of hoping I'm going to be the first person to put these two tents side by side and potentially put them to the test. I've never actually tested my Red Label Soulo. I'm only going on what people have already done, but I'm pretty confident that tonight could be a night where we manage to get two of the most expensive tents on the market stood side by side and potentially battered with some serious cold and snow. So yeah, like I say, that's what's happening for tonight. I'm also trying out a new stove. I bought the Trangia 27 stove, and I'm looking at trying that out tonight. It is an alcohol stove. It's also a storm stove, but it's got the wind protection and stuff like that. So I'm looking forward to trying that out. Evening meal tonight will be a stew and mashed potatoes, which I made yesterday in a slow cooker. I had it sat in a slow cooker for 8 hours yesterday. It's been cooked in ale, so we've got something nice and warm and hearty to enjoy tonight for evening meal, and we'll be rocking that up on the Trangia 27 stoves. Wind is starting to pick up now. I haven't had Skywatch out yet, so I don't know exactly what wind speed is, but you can see there's an absolutely spectacular sunset just over there, and you know, it's looking absolutely stunning tonight. Clear blue skies, perfect weather conditions for a cold night. I do expect the temperatures to seriously plummet tonight, so we are pretty much geared up for it. So yeah, right, I'm gonna get cracked on with getting set up, and then I'll bring you lot back shortly. I'll see you soon. Welcome back to the storm. Last couple of hours we've gone from 30 mile an hour gusts up to must be 50 mile an hour gusts now. I've not been out and checked Skywatch the last sort of half hour or so. It's just thick, snowing like hell, 50 mile an hour winds, and I ain't getting out in that. I'm in here, I'm warm, I'm dry. Unless anything tragic happens, I'm staying put. The tent's performing well. It's not buckling under strength of wind. It is a bit flappy, which is to be expected. but it's holding its own. It's taking the wind. It's dealing with it, which is what they're designed to do. So I don't anticipate getting a right lot of sleep tonight. It's quite noisy. It is, you can probably tell. It is windy, so it's windy. We have got snow out there. There's a good covering of snow. They've forecast 8 centimetres of snow for tonight, but then I've just checked forecast again, and they are saying that it's due to snow all night, right through to 11 o'clock in the morning. So come morning time, we could be buried. Andy's next door. He's in Black Label Soulo. He's doing all right. I think he's got his head down. He's got a delta peg on each one of the guys. He's pegged the footprint out with just using Black Label Soulo pegs, whereas I've used 9-inch steel pegs for my footprint, and then put 6 delta pegs on the guys. So we are doing all right. We are holding our own. If this wind stays on for the rest of the night, I'm pretty confident that both tents are going to survive, and both tents are going to do all right out of it. This will be a good test for anybody looking to buy one of these tents. I think they are one of the most expensive tents on the market at the minute, but equally one of the most robust. They do have the downfalls, such as condensation and things like that, but you can't have everything. If you want incredible strength, you're going to have to sacrifice something. And I believe that having a little bit of condensation is a good sacrifice for the incredible strength that you do get. So, like I said at the beginning of the video, this was going to be this we really want to test to see what these two tents can do side by side in some pretty horrific weather. And judging by the weather we're getting now, that test is happening. We are in it. We are at the middle of the storm, and it'll be interesting to see come morning time where we're at. I'm pretty confident we'll see it through. I've got no doubts in this tent. I'm sure Andy's got no doubts with the Black Label Soulo. As I said, we're only a short space into 9, so yeah. So I'll bring you back in a bit, give it a few hours, see what happens, and then we'll take it from there. I'll speak to you soon. .2 AM. Update: Storm Arwen. We're still surviving. Tents are still holding up. The last half an hour has been a bit brutal. I don't know what wind speeds are, but the last time I checked they were pushing 50 miles an hour. This last half hour they've gradually got a little bit more brutal, so I reckon we're easily pushing 50 plus. Last half hour has been a bit dicey. I would genuinely think we've bit enough more than we can chew here, but it seems to have died off a little bit now. I think we've got a mixture of rain and snow, as you can tell by noise. It's pretty loud. So yeah, tent is still holding up. The Black Label's still holding up. I'm still holding up in the Red Label. So I think we're alright. We've only got another about 3-4 hours before first light. I think first light is going to be get back. No brew this morning. Get up and get off. Get these tents down. End of the day, if one of these fails, it's an expensive mistake, it's an expensive test. I really don't want it to fail. But at the minute, it's holding its own, it's doing alright. So, anything happens, I'll bring you back. windy. Wind's picked up now, it's about 6.5, 6. Snow is absolutely relentless out there. I've got an 18-inch snow drift up this back end of the tent. I can feel it up here. It's halfway up this panel on this side. I've got a good 18 inch of snow, and all this back end here is just covered in snow. I don't know what depth is. I went out for a pee about an hour ago. I was absolutely busted, and oh, it's absolutely brutal out there. Brutal. We're right covering the snow, full winter conditions, whiteouts, blizzards, you name it, we've got it. So luckily we've only got about an hour back to, about a mile back to the car. So we'll get off here, get off onto the path and just head back. It's not too far. But like I say, both tents have performed outstandingly. As I said previously, I'm in the red label Soulo and Andy's in the black label Soulo. They've performed outstandingly. I mean, there's a lot of backlash about Soulos, people commenting on how bad they are, but I tell you what, you get them in bad weather, they come into their own. Shocking in summer, horrendous in summer, condensation's a nightmare, but get them out in bad weather, they are absolutely superb. I seriously wouldn't have wanted to be in any other tent. I wouldn't have wanted to be in any other tent that I'm in tonight, and I genuinely mean that. This tent has just performed unbelievably all night long. So I'm going to get chilled out here. We've got last light, first light is going to be about another hour, and then we're going to try and gauge what situation is. I'm not really happy about taking the tent down in this wind, so it might just be a case of trying to sit tight a bit and sit it out. While the tents are performing like they are, it'd probably be foolish to try and escape shelter and try and get out there and start packing tent up. But we'll see what first light brings, and we'll gauge it from there. I'll see you soon. Morning, and what a night to test two tents out in. Absolutely unbelievable. The snow out there I've never seen out like it. Full whiteout conditions, blizzards and everything. This back end of the tent here, there's a snow drift all the way up, halfway up this panel on this side, and all back at the tent covered in snow and all. So I've waited 3 years for one of these camps. Every time snow's dropped at Peak District, I've always ended up wicked, and I've always struggled to get out, but it's been good to get out and get one of these camps done. Regards to tents, Hilleberg Soulo red label and black label, stood side by side, and they've performed outstandingly. Absolutely superb. I haven't spoken to Andy yet of how his is, but it's still standing and it's still looking good. Yeah, stupid amount of money. No good for summer because of condensation issues. But you get one of these tents out in bad weather, they just come into their own. They really do come into their own. And you know, I wouldn't have wanted to be up here in anything else tonight, and I genuinely mean that. I've looked at loads of 4-season tents, and these just stand the test of time. They're absolutely superb. And like I say, I wouldn't have wanted to be up here in anything else. This is just stood solid all night long. It's been battered to death with wind, snow. It's proper had some abuse tonight, and I mean that. I mean, there'll be a video to follow. If you've got this far at video, obviously there's a video, but they've just been absolutely battered, and they're still just stood here. A tent pulled a peg out come loose, a guy line up come loose. They've just performed unbelievably, and I'm absolutely chuffed to bits with this tent. Absolutely chuffed to bits with it. And I know a lot of other lads are. There's also a lot of lads that complain about them, but I'm not being funny. Up here with this weather, and you're in a tent and it's standing up, well, it serves the purpose, hasn't it? It's kept you safe, it's kept you alive. So yeah. So I'm going to get chilled out here for another half hour till first light comes, and then we're going to try and make a decision on what we're going to do. Whether we sit tight for a bit and hope it blows over, or we're going to try and get these tents down. They are buried, so they are going to need digging out. But we need to try and make a decision. Is it safer to get them down and get back to the car, or is it safer just to sit tight a bit and wait for it to pass, if it's going to pass? the weather forecast doesn't say it's going to pass its infant day, so it might just be a case of just get stuck in and get it done. But anyway, I'll catch up with you in a bit.